Again, we're going to expand and simplify. And then do some adding. And we will have to do all the fraction work in order to have the software, the quiz software accepted. All right. Negative 1/2 to the 1, that's just negative 1/2. When you take a negative to an even power, it goes positive. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. When you take a negative to an odd power, it's always negative, and 1/2 to the third power is 1/8. And again, even power, it's going to go positive. 1/2 to the fourth power is 1/16. So we're going to convert all of these to 16ths. And do some addition and subtraction. All right, so we get negative 8/16 plus 4/16 minus 2/16 plus 1/16. When I add a negative 8 with a positive 4, a negative 2, and a positive 1, I get negative 5/16. Okay, example 9, expand and simplify. Kind of the same idea. Well, absolutely the same idea. But, you know, watch the indexes. And again, I think the reason they're doing this is because in a few examples, try that with an I. Okay, so cubing a negative 3, I get a negative 27. And 3 to the fourth power is 81. That's going to go positive. Odd exponent is going to go negative. 3 to the fifth is 243. And 3 to the sixth is 729. When I add and subtract all those numbers, I get 540. Okay, now we're going, write the following sum with summation notation. Do not calculate the sum. Now we're going the other direction. They're asking us to figure out what goes here. Okay, now, fortunately, they're telling us what I starts at. So I'm going to write my I's just right above. I know there's not a whole lot of room here. And we're starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason I'm starting with those numbers is I've got to associate the math to get each of these values with those numbers. And this is kind of going the opposite direction of what we just saw. Because 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, those are all numbers that have 3 as a base. Okay, so I goes between 1 and 5. That means B is equal to 5. And f of I is 3 to the I. And we're done. You'll enter those two numbers. We're done with that example. Similar idea with 11. Okay, let me write my I's. We're starting at 1. We end at 6, so the 6 goes right there. And now we're trying to find some relationship between these two numbers. You know, I don't see any obvious squaring. The numbers aren't growing that fast. So the first thing we're going to try is to look at the differences between the numbers. And now we see a pattern. We're going up by 4 on every single pair. So that means we've got some kind of function that is 4 times I. I need to put that in parentheses. So, you know, I've got some function that's 4 times I. And what I need to do is take a couple of my values and test them. So a sub 1 is equal to 4 times 1 plus a sub 0. The same idea we've been working with before. And we know from the list they gave us that a sub 1 is 2. So this allows us to solve for our beginning number. All right, so we're going to start with the -2, and we're going to add 4i. If you're not sure that works, just pick any of the numbers. So let's look at I equals 4. So -2 plus 4 times 4 gives us -2 plus 16, which definitely gives us the 14 that we were given for I equals 4. So f of I is just -2 plus 4i. Now, if you can't see the pattern immediately, try what we call the first differences. And I'm going to stop this video. I'll see you on the next one.